Homeless man found in Mayen with head bashed in. The Clarendon police have launched an investigation into the murder of a homeless man whose body was discovered with the head bashed in on Wednesday morning in Mayen. The identity of the deceased has not yet been released. Reports reaching reporters are that a maintenance team was conducting early morning cleaning at a plaza in Bargain Village when the members stumbled upon the man's body in what appeared to be a pool of blood and summoned the police. Speaking with reporters, Mayor of Mayen Joel Williams expressed deep concern about the incident, describing it as disturbing. He urged the public to show greater compassion towards the homeless. Education Minister assures that illiteracy among students is being addressed. Education Minister Dr. Dana Dixon said several steps are being taken to address illiteracy among students, including those at the secondary school level. Her statement follows media report that more than 70% of roughly 220 grade 7 students at the St. Andrew Bay School are unable to read or are only able to read at the grade 3 level. Speaking at a Morning Post Cabinet press briefing, Dr. Dina Dixon said the ministry has identified other schools with issue. She said programs have been put in place to address this. The minister added that more interventions are taking place and reading specialists are also working with the students. She also reiterated that reading will be timetabled at the primary level as a means of improving literacy. Dr. Dixon highlighted that students with literacy issues are usually those coming from challenging circumstances. She acknowledged that there are gaps at the primary level and assured that these will be addressed.
The students tend to come from challenging circumstances. And so we have to be intervening on multiple fronts in order to address it. And so it's happening there, it's happening in other schools, but I'm happy that, at least in this instant, I can say that the ministry is already working with the schools to ensure that we do something about this literacy problem. And it is really a problem that we have to address in Jamaica. And that's been our goal, and it's been articulated. No child should leave primary school that's not literate. I think there are gaps, and I think it's clear that there are gaps because you do the grade 3 test, and that tells you what's happening in terms of numeracy. And I've been to many schools, and there are some schools that will show you this was the result at grade 3, and this is the plan that we have put in place, and this is how we're seeing it change from year on year. And they'll tell you that they've been working with the ministry, they've been putting in intervention programs, and they're seeing success. And so we have some schools where you have leadership that is spending a lot of time on the tests and that's going through it and doing interventions. We even had a new one which we started last year, which was for every student at grade 5 that was seen as underperforming at the level. We did diagnostic tests for 2,000 of them last summer, and this summer we're going to do it. So all of them that we find that are underperforming will now get a diagnostic test over the summer holiday. And so there are more interventions like that we need to do.
Audrey gets the Marks in Manchester North East. Senator Audrey Marks on Tuesday went into the Manchester North Eastern constituency. She hopes to contest in the next general election and receive a warm welcome from Labourites who have obviously accepted her as replacement for veteran politician Audley Manadiad Shaw. Marks, a political newcomer, was accompanied by the Jamaica Labour Party leadership, including Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness, Deputy Prime Minister and JLP General Secretary Dr. Horace Chang, and Deputy General Secretary Andrew Weasley. This was a very gratifying just to see the openness. They spoke about their concerns, but more importantly, they expressed optimism of us working together in the future, and they accepted the fact that I am here to serve and they have welcomed me into the constituency, and I am deeply grateful for that, Mark said after a party workers' meeting at Christiana Christchurch. I feel very strongly that the JLP as the government has been doing a tremendous job. They have laid a foundation for our economic growth, and for a long time, we have struggled with that, and I want to contribute to getting that third term so that we can finish that job, she told reporters. I am excited. I'm enthused. I am ready to work and very grateful that the people, the delegates, have been so accepting. I am willing to share, and I'm looking forward to working with them, she added. Speculations had been rife for weeks that Marx would be named as the ruling party's choice to replace 72-year-old Shaw, who is stepping aside after well over 3 decades in political service. While Marx has not yet been formally announced as the JLP caretaker for the constituency, the fact that she was in the riding on Tuesday with senior JLP officials signals the party's intention to name her possibly next Monday, as indicated by Dr. Chang in an interview with reporters. When asked about her relationship with the two previous aspirants to replace Shaw, namely Councillor Omar Miller, Craighead Division, and former JLP candidate Makuskai, Mark said the sentiments expressed is one of all hands on deck. Miller was previously endorsed by Shaw and his choice. However, there was tension in the constituency when McCluskey, an indicator, expressed an interest in the seat. It was very important that Miller and McCluskey were involved in the decision about me becoming the candidate because they were here before. They expressed their interest, and so it is just maximum respect to both of them that they are willing to discuss the whole process with the Jamaica Labour Party leadership, the Secretariat, and they have both come to the position where they will endorse me being the candidate for North East Manchester, said Marks, who recently returned home after serving 2 terms as Jamaica's ambassador to the USA 2010 to 2012 and again starting in 2016. I am very grateful to them too, because, as you know, when someone has their own aspirations, things could go very different. So I am pleased at their generosity of spirit and lack of selflessness, and looking ahead to the betterment of Jamaica and choosing to work with their party above their personal interests. So it was a very good day in terms of meeting both of them, Mark said, adding that she was looking forward to working with them both. Commenting on the visit, Chang said Ambassador Marks was more than warmly received. I was impressed with the reception and the energy in the constituency, as most of them said when they concluded their presentation, were ready in the division, Craighead, Christiana, and Waldester. We have gone through a process of review of constituents. This is survey, polls, and so on, internal discussions to look at the situation and analyze some of the data that we had. Out of the discussion, we have been able to convince Ambassador Marks, he explained. They are very strong grassroots organizers who are now ready to begin the process of keeping the seat for the Jamaica Labour Party and sending Miss Marks to Parliament. We will make a more formal announcement with a background of the individual and so forth by the end of the week as we set our slate of candidates for Parliament, stated Chang. When asked about JLP's loss of the Waldeston and Christiana divisions in the People's National Party last year's local government election, Chang expressed confidence that the outcome will be different when the parliamentary elections are held. We have the seat, and we will retain it with even a much bigger majority, he noted. The PNP, Valenta Valwint, who has twice lost in the parliamentary election, is again expected to be the party's candidate at the next election. Chang opted not to speak directly about the JLP's changes of retaining Manchester Central and South, now held by JLP members. We will give the prediction later, but the workers are very motivated. We'll be taking back our seats, and we could pick them, PNP pocket in Manchester, Chang said, suggesting confidence in winning the Manchester Northwestern seat held by People's National Party Michael Phillips. Meanwhile, Dr. Whitty said Shaw is also backing Marks. He is in full support. It is 1 term going forward, and we are going to ensure that the people of North East Manchester continue to get quality representation that they are accustomed to, he noted. To subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.